Pro token holders, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. You guys are absolutely going crazy with the support. Continue supporting and you will see daily updates for Kronos. We got a lot to discuss. I'm going to share my personal obviously opinion on some of the comments that I've been receiving. Let me know in the comments if you guys again want to see more of these updates. But as we are going into Friday morning, we're actually seeing a retracement within the crypto space, about 5% pullback for multiple coins across the board as of recording this update. And the reason as to why this is happening is because Bitcoin actually did see a rejection once again. We did see an uptick around 13,500, clear rejection at that level, and we are finding ourselves back down to 110, and that of course is going to drag the broader market with itself. Kronos, on the other hand, is down 13.7%, and I know there's some people that are, saying, "Oh, this is it. What's going on? Kronos is, dumping already." But let's take a look at the weekly time frame, just so you know, we're up 105% for Krono just over the course of the last few days, not even the last 1 week alone. And of course on the monthly time frame we're noticing something very similar, and when I pull out the charts I'll go a little bit more into depth what's going on. But as far as the price is concerned, we're currently sitting at 30 cents, briefly below 30 cents, when I pull out the charts, but pretty much close, down about 11.3% in Bitcoin and about 10% in USD comparative, and pretty much the same for ETH as well. Valuation $10.1 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume at about $1.6 billion. As always, just a quick disclaimer for you guys, anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So I received a few very good, questions that people are asking, and I love that. I absolutely love, when some of these questions are coming in and how, people think. And this is exactly what you want to be thinking of when you are invested in crypto, especially, in this specific scenario. And I'm going to go over one specific one that will help us kind of understand what's really going on. So if you're looking at the dominance, first and foremost, let's just kind of take a look at what's happening with the dominance, and then I'll pull out the charts, and then we can kind of discuss what I really want to talk about. You can see, we have seen a little bit of a bounce for the dominance, and again, not a big surprise for us, because you could see, as I said earlier in the update, Bitcoin has seen a slip, and that itself is dragging the broader market down with it. And you can see this for yourself here right across the board, and pretty much day in, day out. I'm sure if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you guys know over the course of the last, I would say, 4 to 5 days, I was talking to you guys about the $115,000 key support line and how important that range really is. And even though we saw this uptick, I said, let's not get overly excited. We're still below 115. That pretty much opens the door for us to see more downside. And we're clearly seeing time and time out as of now, the price of Bitcoin making its way back towards the downside. So what does this tell us? The projection and the chances of us, or pretty much whether or not it is realistic for us to see these downwards trends, yes, it's definitely still in the books right now, unless of course Bitcoin is able to push back above $115,000 at the minimum. But with that said, let's talk about Kronos. So before anyone comes out, and I know there's going to be some negative comments, because when the price is not continuing to go towards the upside, some people are going to be like, why is the price not going up? Let me just give you a quick reminder. So if you picked up Kronos, let's actually take a look at it on an hourly perspective, and then I will talk about what I really want to talk about. So let's say you picked up Kronos just on the 26th of August. We're not even talking about a month back or 2 months back. We're just talking about 3 days back. If you picked up Kronos then, you are still up right now 91%, and you would have been up about 150% just a few hours ago. After seeing a move like this, it's very normal for profit taking to occur. And if you watch my updates, you guys know how important it is to lock in profits, because times like this could get the best of us. We can get greedy. We just want to see the price going up and up, and it's pretty simple. If you are in it for the long haul and you personally don't want to lock in profits, that's your personal choice. If that's not what you want to do, then patience is your number one key to follow. But let's say now you're looking at your portfolio and it's too much money that you cannot afford to lose, then it's your best case scenario to lock some profits off of the table. Simple as that. Anyways, Now we're seeing a retracement. A question that I got a lot on the channel was, and it was from a few viewers, and I want to give you guys a round of applause for asking such a good question. And if you're wondering this, perfect. You need to be wondering this. So as you know, Kronos is a proof of stake consensus, right? You could actually stake your coins. And, with the Trump media partnership and how they're, obviously creating a Kronos reserve, the I think it's 6.3 billion coins. So 6.3 billion Kronos, guess what? They're staking that. And that's not just out of thin air. I want you guys to realize one thing. The 6.3 billion coins are not just out of thin air. That's out of the circulation. That's out of the current circulation. And on top of that, the current, amount of staked circulation, give or take roughly right now, is at about 12%. Let's just take the 12% mark. So out of the circulation supply right now, 12% of the coins are being staked right now. And once you stake it, you cannot unstake it for 28 days. I'm sure you guys are well aware of that. So the question now is, what happens with all those coins that are staked? And people, once they unstake it, are they going to come back on the market? Are they going to just sell those coins on the market? Because of course the price is appreciated. You got to take a look at it from 2 point of views. And a great question, of course, if you're asking that, but I want to make you guys, kind of look at it from 2 different angles. Yes, definitely. So out of that 12%, there's definitely no way that the entire 12% of the coins that are already circulation, not all of those people are going to come out and sell their coins. There's just no way, because some people actually believe in Kronos long term, and in terms of an appreciation aspect, I think some people obviously want, with this specific announcement itself, maybe people want to see Kronos reaching an all-time high before they sell. But that does not mean in the next few weeks to come we cannot see some of those coins. Once you do get access to those coins after unstaking them, that we could definitely see them coming on the market. And the question is, and the panic is, are we going to see that really depreciating the price towards the downside? It comes down to one simple thing: where we are in that time frame. And pretty much we saw record numbers. So what I want you guys to understand is this: we saw a record number of volume. And if this continues, we've never seen, I want you guys to understand this, since the beginning of Kronos, literally look at it for yourself, we have never seen this much buying pressure in the history of Kronos. In the history of Kronos' existence. And we saw a huge wick towards the upside. And now that pretty much opens the door and obviously brings in more eyes to Kronos when it wasn't really there. But now there's more eyes on it organically, of course, due to the major announcement that we have heard. So even if we were to see coins, going back on the market, people that are staking right now and then that unstake, that sell on the market, if the demand is too high, then it won't really, I think in the long term, it won't really affect it. We've seen something similar with other projects. Obviously, if the demand declines, and then, we could see something similar happening, where you do see the price, decreasing quite a bit, and it causes a snowball effect. But we're entering such an important time right now, Q3 in September, the last month of Q3. And on top of that, projection of a major altcoin boom. And if we see a bunch of ETFs getting approved, more bigger announcements coming in, I think, we're entering a really great phase. So my projection is we do see more upside based off of, this record-breaking, level that it has broken, which of course was, the bear market zone. We ended the bear market zone, and I think now it has brought in a lot of eyes, and maybe investors that never really looked into Kronos now could potentially look into Kronos. And one big statement came out from one of my viewers. They said, this reminds them of BNB, and that's a good argument to be making. Like Crypto.com, could that really compete with BNB? But right now the price is seeing a retracement. We're below the key support line. When you see these major moves like this, you need to see the project find a ground for itself, because I've said this 1,000 times, the faster it goes, the faster it could drop, unless of course we consolidate. So what you want to see Kronos do right now, first and foremost, I would love to see it reclaim back above 31 cents, which I have no doubts in it doing based off of what we're seeing. That itself is only about a 5.6% move. If we're able to close our monthly candle above this key range at 31.3 cents and we consolidate here, this is a good sign. Consolidate and, kind of strengthen its support, because let's face it, we don't have much support around that range from the last cycle. We discussed that in the last update as well, and this could come in a positive way as well when the price appreciates, because not much resistance. If the demand is really high, price can go up much faster than a lot of people anticipate. But the complete opposite applies to it as well. So right now, we need to find a support for itself, find a ground for itself where it can consolidate a little bit before heading towards the upside. And for me personally, I would like for it to do that above this key range. But with that being said, we need to understand where Bitcoin is currently sitting. Bitcoin's not out of the woods just yet. If Bitcoin kind of, retest down maybe to the 23.6 fib zone, that could have an impact of Kronos. But I still do project Kronos has more upside, but very, very important for it to find a ground for itself, and preferably I would like to see it, above the key support line at 31.2 cents. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you guys agree with what I'm saying? Do you guys disagree? If you do, let me know why. Thank you for all your support. If you have not subscribed, where are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe button, and I'll bring you guys daily Kronos updates. We'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.